Mr. Bill Poker Peeps. Welcome to my next vlog. There's not going to be a big introduction on this one because I played a ton of hands this week and I have a ton of hands to go over. I played Wednesday Night Poker League. I teased it last vlog about it was really fun and we had some exciting stuff. I didn't get the one hand in there with my son that I thought I did, but I'm going to describe it, and I had Billy do a little video clip of what we did. And I played WinStar 2-5 and 5-10, some pretty exciting games. If I had to describe it, I would have described WNPL as really fun, and I would have described WinStar as very, very competitive. So here we go. Let's get to the hands.
Yeah, where you been?
Tens. Flusher. Set in the trap. Didn't work.
I tried to check that one. You're the first hand on the vlog. You guys both folded, so I don't care. So what is the bet? What is the bet?
A7 exposed.
Okay, I have A7, so should I call?
A7 has exposed.
Who bet 12?
I did. There's the A7.
No, that's automatic for you.
Heads up. Who folded?
Steve Ray, so it's an automatic call for me. Just the three of us.
Well,
We can make it. Oh, you're first.
I'm pretty first, then I'm stupid. $10. 25.
If you have an ace, I'm gonna be so mad.
look at that board.
Here we go.
God, he's so mad. Look at this board, people. Look at that board, and I have this hand, and the ace comes on the river.
And the winning hand folded like an idiot.
I like that. Thank you for folding, my friend.
Because everybody's gonna fold.
More?
What's that?
How much more?
That's 35.
How much more?
I don't know, 23? That's 20. 1, 2, 3. Son Willy Willy. You bet 12, I bet 35. Call me. He's my son. He's my son, people. I couldn't do it. He's my son. Sorry, plus kind of soft he played it.
$5, Sir Billy.
Yeah, I call.
Gets in there.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what you're gonna say.
Need this fan donating my $1. Show me winner.
I have 2 pair. I have 2 pair. There's no low. There is no low.
There is no low.
There's no low. I have ace queen.
Because you got.
I had ace 3 also.
Yeah.
Oh, he had ace. We all had low hands. I got the only high. Yes. Ooh, I'm having a good night, ladies and germs. Mr. Bill Poker Vlog.
Oh my out.
Yes.
Oh my out.
Oh, I thought I would have hit my card.
No, I was open ended.
But
Yee-hee.
fun though.
Billy made it 15. I made a call. Steve made a call. Ryan made it 40. Billy called. I called. Steve called. So there's a lot of money in the pot.
Yes.
King Jack 7 of diamonds.
All in.
Good luck, Billy.
30, 43 left.
Ooh, Nutter Butters for Billy.
All right, baby.
Billy.
Look at the top 2 cards here.
There's 100. Just flop.
Looks like that. Yeah, that's the look of
Above average.
That's the look of a happy face. Favorable. Here we're playing the button game. I got the button. There's 47 on the button. Let's see what happens.
50.
I'm down the vlog.
You might get on the vlog. I have a very good hand. Tell me what you want. What are you doing? You want to get on the vlog?
I want to get on the vlog.
You know you only get on there if you either win a hand or a big hand or lose that big hand to me. All right, I call.
Don't let him win, man.
Come on, Dano Rama. Hit me.
Let him take the button right.
I am all in. And I have you crushed. I'm not lying. I will show you this. Yes. Wow. Yes, baby. I win the button. I win the Oh, he beat me on the river. But it doesn't matter because I went all in for like $800 in a $100 pot. So I have to tell you guys about a hand that drew the ire of my son Billy at Wednesday Night Poker League. So if you guys have watched my vlog before, you know that I like to post hands against me and my son. We're both very competitive, and we like to play hands against each other. So I played a hand earlier that I showed where I had pocket aces, and I kind of soft played my son. And then he was saying, "Oh, I'd have snapped you off if I'd have got 2 pair." So, all right, so we're gonna play.
I was having a winning session, and then I pick up ace-5 suited. I think it was ace-5 of clubs under the gun. I make it 15.
I have king-9, king of clubs, 9 of hearts. King-9 offsuit. And he raises to 15. I decided, sure, let's play a hand for 15. Let's see if I can't hit a king.
If he's going to play it, he should at least 3-bet it.
There's one guy behind us that calls, so there's 45 in the pot. The flop comes, ace of clubs, 9 of clubs, 3 of hearts, I believe.
I make a continuation bet of either 25 or 30, something like that. And my dad calls, and the big blind calls as well.
Well, I call not because middle pair is so great, but it's because I know my son can definitely be bluffing here. He loves to bluff. And also, if a club comes, it's definitely a scare card. The turn, woohoo, king of clubs. Yeah, I hit my 2 pair. It's a club from the scare card. First guy checks. Billy checks. That's enough. I can take it down here. I bet 75.
So, of course, the big blind folds, and I have to fold. And he shows the king-9 proudly. Sucking out on the turn with a horrible hand.
Now, I didn't show my hand to rub in the fact that I had 2 pair. I happened to hit 2 pair. My plan all along was hit 2 pair or bluff on a club. Either one of them would have worked. It just happened to hit my 2 pair. And then Billy went on and on and on about how I was a horrible player. I played king-9, and then he's going to snap me off, and he can't wait till the next hand he plays it. He was a little bitter.
I thought it was a horrible play with king-9. So he got the better of me this time, but next time he won't get that lucky.
So WinStar, I'm on the 5-5 list. I got into the 2-5 game, bought in for 500. Third hand, ace king in the small blind with 495 left. The under the gun makes it 20. Middle position 1 makes the call. I raise it up to 80. Under gun folds. Middle position goes all in for his effective stack of 300. I make the call. The board shows 8, 9, 4, 8, 4. He shows pocket kings. Ouch, I have to muck. Lost $300 on the third hand. But there's always more money in the bank, more money in the wallet, so I pulled another 300 out, popped it in there, my stack, so I'm back to 500. Next hand, queen of clubs, jack of clubs. I have $480 under the gun. I decide to limp. I don't always do this. You guys will have to go back to my vlog where I talked about some of the reasons why you can or should limp, and this may have fit that. Anyhow, I limped. There was 2 other limpers. The guy from the previous hand, the king-king guy, makes it 25 from the hijack, and all of the limpers call. So the flop with 107 in the pot comes 9, 10, king. I flop a straight. Woohoo for me. It checks to the hijack. He makes it 75. I raise it up to 180. The others fold. He shoves all in again. And, of course, I snap call because I've got the straight already. He turned over pocket nines for a set of nines. The turn, there is no waiting. A 9. He now has quad 9s. River didn't matter, it was 3 of diamonds. And I got stacked off by my little friend again. 2 hands against the guy, down $800.
What? How much?
What a lovely way to start.
Once
now
again,
I'm under the
let's
gun
dig
with
into the
pocket
wallet,
aces.
get
I have
some more
500.
cash.
I make it 20. The +1 calls. Middle position 1 makes it 75. He's a pretty aggressive player. I raise it up pretty small. I made it 160. The +1 folded, and the middle position 1 makes the call. The flop, $345 comes 9 of clubs, 6 of spades, 3 of clubs. I lead out for 200. I think he had about 350 left, and he folds. So this next hand, I'm in the small blind with King of Hearts, 10 of Spades, $700. It was a kind of a limpy game. The under the gun limped, and then nobody else did. That came around to me. I made it 25. Under the gun called, so I go to a flop with $75, and the flop comes King 6-3. I check. The big blind makes it 45. The under the gun makes the call. I now raise to 150 with top pair, decent kicker, and they both fold. So 5-5 game now. I hadn't played any hands for quite some time. I ended up getting pocket 2s in the big blind. The under the gun makes it 25. The +1 called. Both these players were relatively tight. So I had decided already, it's coming to me, I'm going to raise and see if I can take it down. There was one little monkey wrench is the small blind, who only had $50. It came around to him, and he shoved all in for 50. I continued with my plan, and I raised it to 200. And I'm not so sure this is a good idea, because even if those other guys folds, I still got to beat the big blind, and I've only got pocket 2s. But that's exactly what happened. Both other players folded. The big blind said, I can't call with this, and he showed pocket 3s. Anyhow, the big blind had 4 of hearts, 7 of hearts. I knew he was tilty, but that's really a light shove. Anyhow, the board runs out King 10, 10, 8, 3, and I win with my pocket 2s. Again, I'm not so sure this was a great idea, though, because I ended up having to show that I had pocket 2s. I still had to beat a guy when I only had pocket 2s, so I know, worst case, he's got 2 overs to me. So I'm probably at most 52% favored. Not so sure if I like that. I liked the idea of being aggressive to the other guys, and if the small blind had folded, then I really would have liked the raise to 200 there. I'm not so sure when somebody's all in that I really should have made that raise, but it did work out, so I'm happy about that. Okay, the next hand is the most important hand of my session. I had $1,095. I got pocket aces in the +1. The under the gun makes it 20. I raised it up to 80. The big stack, I believe he was on the button. He was going to the 10-20 game. He'd already racked up. He's going to a much, much larger game. He had like $6,000. He raises to 280. I shove all in for $1,095, and he makes the call. The board ran out. Oh, this is a little bit scary. 5, 6, 7, 8, deuce. Anyhow, he ended up having pocket queens. I obviously win with my pocket aces, and I went from $1,095 to over $2,200 on that one. So very, very big hand for me. Nice to be on the good side of variance that time. A few hands later, an interesting hand, or I guess it was another orbit. I was in the +1. I had King of Spades, Jack of Spades. I had 2,100. I make it 25, and Chris from Haslet House Poker in the middle position 2 makes it 100. I make the call. Now, Chris likes to test me. He knows that I'm a relatively new player, and I've been moving up, and he has played there for a while, and we're friends, but he likes to test me. So when he raises to 100, he probably has a decent hand, but I'm not so sure that I am very far behind here. So with 210 in the pot, and the flop comes Jack of Diamonds, 7 of Spades, 6 of Clubs, I'm not going anywhere. If he has Queens, Kings, or Aces, good for him, but right now I'm going to make him show me a winning hand. So anyhow, I checked, he bet 85, and I made the call. The turn, with 380 in the pot was the 8 of diamonds. I checked again. Chris wants to test me, I believe. He makes it 250, pretty healthy bet, and I pretty much snap call. And I think that made him believe that I really was pretty strong in this hand. The river, with 880 in the pot, is the 2 of clubs. Now, I checked. Chris had about 865 back. And I had already decided, hey, if he shoves, I'm just going to shove and see if he really has me beat. He ended up checking. I showed my jack, and he mucked his cards. I was prepared, however, to go ahead and call off a 3-barrel bluff if he was doing it. And if he has me beat with queens, kings, or aces, then he does. Okay, we're going to do this next hand as a what would you do hand. It was the very next hand from the one I played with Chris. This hand is played against Adriel Bowles. Adriel is a professor at University of North Texas. He's a semi-reg at WinStar. He was a teacher at Big Slick Academy for a while. Adriel and I have played together some. Not a ton, but some. I think that I know he plays pretty tight. I think he thinks the same thing of me. So here's again, what would you do on this hand? So I am under the gun with King of Diamonds, Jack of Spades, and I have 2,400. I raised it up to 30. Adriel just directed me to my left in the +1, makes the call, and the button calls. So the flop with 100 in the pot comes 10 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, Queen of Spades. I flop open-ended. I lead out for 70. Adriel makes the call, and the button folds. So the turn with 240 in the pot is the Jack of Diamonds. Not sure if I should have done what I did here, but I let out for 175. With the Jack coming, I have some showdown value. I still want to put pressure on him because if he has a queen, a naked queen, I wanted to see what he would do. The Jack also makes ace-king good, and I'm really the only one that can have ace-king here. So so I bet 175. Adriel thought about it for a minute and makes the call. So the river is the 7 of spades, and now the question is, what do I do here? So the pot has 590 in it. I believe Adriel had maybe 640 or 660 left. I am the only one that can have ace-king here. I could also have 2 pair. I could have a set, whatever. Now, Adriel's good enough that he also could slow play 2 pair or a set. And again, we played together, so he knows a little bit about how I play. I know a little bit about how he plays. So anyhow, the question is, what should I do here? Should I shove? Should I make a bet, like a $300 bet? Or should I check? Stop the video, take the poll, tell me what you would do, and we'll get back to the answer in a little bit. So I played a little bit longer. Billy and I then went to dinner break. Where did we go? El Phoenix. Yes, it was very, very good. We got comped everything, so that was nice. I'm under the gun in a straddle for 10 with pocket kings. It folds all the way around to the big blind, who raises it to 50. Big blind is a good young player, pretty aggressive, and you know what? I know I only have to beat one guy here, so I decided to play it a little bit stealthy, and I made the call. The flop, bingo, bongo, King of Diamonds, 8 of Spades, 6 of Hearts. I flop top set. That is pretty sweet. I am so under-repped, and I have top set. Anyhow, he leads out for 85. No reason for me to show anything yet. I make the call. The turn is the 10 of Spades. Ooh, a little bit disconcerting is that there's tons of draws now. So he bets 150. I raised to 600, 4 times the bet. There was 420 in the pot when I raised to 600, but it cost him 450 more. He ended up making the fold. Chris says, geez, why so scared? I guess I didn't like that there was possibly all these draws on there, and I wanted to make him pay if he had a draw, but I'm wondering if this was too much. Maybe it was. My gut was telling me shove, but I couldn't pull the trigger. Adriel beat me with one pair, a pair of queens. He had king queen. We talked about it for a little bit. He would have folded to a shove because he was scared that I had ace king because I was the only one who could have ace king there. And he still only had one pair, so he loses to other hands too. But my gut was telling me shove. I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger, so I lost the hand. So a pretty good day at WinStar. I started off very, very poorly and got a couple of, I thought, pretty tough beats. But I made up for it by winning. I lost 280 in the 2-5 game. I won 1175 in the 5-5 game for a pretty nice, healthy profit. So not a bad day. Okay, here's a little tip for you amateur vloggers. If you lose and you're going to say how much you lost, don't do the vlog when your wife is listening. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please take the poll if you haven't already. Let me know what you would have done on the one hand. Press the buttons.
I pressed the button, now you press the button.
Press the thumbs up, press the like, press the subscribe. Give me comments, take the poll. I appreciate all that you guys do, and I hope you're enjoying watching this. So I will see you guys all next week. Have a very blessed week. See you next time.